It is our slowing down, tuning in, sharing, noticing time, as these calls always are devoted to. This, I just, what's present in this moment is the world moves so fast. The world is really, there are so many distractions and that so many things that legitimately need our attention, and so many things that our mind likes to think are legitimate and needs our attention, but maybe don't. And so this pit stop, or right, like this office hours time slot, I just think it's so radical. It's so radical because it is just simply by showing up, it forces you to slow down, right? It forces you to start to recalibrate in a way to, right, that pull, that energy of the world that kind of can grab us and pull us, and we get to now, come back in. And I'm not saying, like, sometimes that's very important, and right, like we're going to be responding to, but just the opportunity to really it's like the opportunity to drop in and feel your okayness, period. Like to drop in and feel that no matter what's happening, there is a place that's available within you that is always okay, that is 100% reliable. And, this is where it gets, um, annoying is a word that's present, challenging is a word that's present, but like we can't make ourselves feel that. We can't make that place is available. And it's as that access to presence, like again, these are words pointing to something, but it's like as that gets more familiar inside of you, it's almost like there's a higher level of faith, because you've tapped into it, it's there. And so in the moments when maybe you're stirred up and really like, sort of like wrapped up in the moment, there can be just like this little part of you that's like, wait a minute, I know that there is a place that is stable. I know that there is a place that feels peaceful. I know that there is a place that feels safe. It is not available to me in this moment, and that is okay. That is okay. And that the other thing that's present in sharing here is it's like the more we show up with an open heart, because again, we aren't in control of accessing that place, right? It would be so cool if it was like I just flipped a switch and here I am, but that's just not how it works. And what we can do is, right, it's like support ourselves to coming to like this kind of a session, or to take time during the week where you just get quiet and you just notice, right? Like the presencing practice, I think that's key, because in that open-hearted, that the practicing of letting everything be exactly as it is. So whatever the feelings are, whatever the sensations, whatever the thinking is, the more we get okay with that, in some ways, I think the easier it is for life awareness to reveal that place of permanent stability, right? So it's this continued, it feels, just one of the things I've been really looking at in my own life is, we do live in a patriarchal system. And I saw something, I feel like it was Marianne Williamson. I thought she did a really good job explaining the patriarchy, right? It's like that's not an againstness of men. It's not like they're bad and they're wrong. No, it's a system that we're all living inside of that is much more based in a masculine approach to the world. And the masculine approach to the world is like, I will make things happen. I will force things to happen, right? I'm in control. I've got to make sure things are this way so that I can be in control. And it's very intellect heavy. It is very intellect heavy. And it it hurts all of us, right? Living inside. I'm not, hurts isn't the right word. That's not the right word, but it impacts all of us, men, women, and everyone in between. And so I've just been looking more at that conditioning inside of myself, which, right, if we take that approach to awakening, then it's like, I need to figure this out. Right? There's something to figure out here. I got to get to that place. I'm winning if I get to that place. I'm doing it right if I get to that place. I'm successful if I get to that place. And that is just not, it's actually the opposite, right? It's like it's almost like the more we try to make that happen, the more resistance builds up inside of us and the less likely dropping into that experience of peace is available to us. So that idea, where I was going with all of this is a much more feminine approach. This is a much more, right? That idea, it seems opposite. Actually how we support ourselves in expanding that place or getting more familiar with that place is through the practice of allowing everything to be exactly as it is. And I think that might be a lifelong practice for me. I don't know. But just when I think I'm like nailing it, I'm like, oh yeah, nope, not nailing it right there. And that's how it unfolds. So I think part of the work in this school and part of the opportunity available just for humanity and just like consciousness at this time is tuning more into the feminine, is tuning more into the intuition, is opening our hearts to greater receptivity because we've all been swimming in the waters of make, force, do versus, right, just like allowing things to come in, trusting the knowing that moves through you. I was talking to someone over the weekend and he shared with me, I didn't get the recording, but it was another Gabor Mate talk or podcast or something where he was talking about how humans, it's only really like in the industrial revolution, like the modern society, did we really start to move into this like very mind identified place. Like when humans were still in the place of hunting and gathering, their intuition is what was guiding them. That like animal instinct. Do we go here? Do we go there? It was like feeling into something rather than the mind deciding and determining and rationalizing. And so this is what's present. So I'm just sharing it as we sort of just layering it into the conversation about even in your own, just not making yourself wrong because there is a place where the masculine's really important. But I would say that most of us have really been using, we've really strengthened that muscle and let some of the more feminine qualities, compassion, receiving, open-heartedness, softening, those haven't been as valued. And so in this exploration in the school, which is another way to say it, would be inviting yourself into more experiences of a less busy mind. Right? That's another way to talk about this. When our mind is less busy, that's a reflection of our state of being, our relaxed nervous system. And when we're in that space, life's pretty good. And again, I'm not saying we're here because we want to feel better more often. Again, we're not in control of that. In a way, what we're doing in this school is getting familiar with all the things so that we can allow even more room for all of those things and not have to so I'll share a story. Um, I have some health things happening right now. And this morning I was in a real tizzy about my endocrinologist. And I could feel the tightness and the urgency and the like, he's not listening to me and he's in the conventional world and that's just not going to work for me. I know my body and I know what my body needs. And I was like in this like fight in my mind. And that went on for a little bit of time. And then I sat in meditation. I listened to Adyashanti's first, like letting everything be as it is meditation from his true meditation. And I did at that point in time, by the end, it was like a 20-minute, I settled. And then what I saw after my system settled, I was like, oh, I'm afraid. My mind, this was not conscious. I was not consciously aware of this. But, I've had issues with my thyroid for a really long time in my life. And so I've had seasons where I've put on weight. I've had seasons where I have felt like complete and utter crap. Like I don't even have the energy to get out of bed. And that my mind was trying to save me from those experiences happening again. So it's like you got to talk to you got to control this. You got to get him on your side. You got to get him to give you these medications. And it was just this like fight, this protection. And then I just had this moment of like, oh, I'm just scared. My mind is saying that's what's happens in the past. That was really painful. Let's not let that happen again. And then it was this awareness of, but it's okay. Like I can meet that experience if that happens. If I feel like shit and I have no energy for, however many days on weeks, okay. I can feel that. I don't have to be afraid of feeling that. And I'll know through feeling that, if that is what occurs, that I'll be able to, like, I'll know what to do. Right. And to me, I think that really highlights, I was just in it, right? I was in the like, you're wrong, you're not listening to me, you got to figure this out, got to make it happen. But then as I dropped in, it was like, oh God, I'm just scared. I'm afraid that that experience is going to be here again. And I'm trying to run from that experience that's not even here right now, but just the possibility that it could be, right? That's the way the system was trying to take care of me. And so the reason I bring all of this up is as we expand our capacity to, meet more of the experiences that we've been afraid to meet, we don't have to worry about controlling anything, right? It's like, okay, shame is here. Okay, fear is here. Okay, guilt is here. Okay, grief is here. Okay, anger is here. Um, yeah, I think that story highlights that. But it's like once I registered it, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. If I feel like crap, I'll meet it. Great. That's all I have to do.